Hello and good morning. Um, I'm Seth. My colleague Cesar is having a little bit of trouble today with StreamYard. Who knows what's going on? Technical difficulties. So he might be showing up, or I don't know. Maybe Cesar, if you're there, could you write to me in the write me something private? Let me see you. Um, and then I can at least talk with you that way. I have to work at opening the lesson as well. Um, so today, as you can see, we have this lesson called My Childhood, where we're just kind of talking about exactly that, when we were little. So it's a nice lesson for using the past simple, to talk about when we were a child. Before we start, I'm going to introduce myself. If you're watching, can you also please tell me who you are and tell me about the place where you grew up? So, um, yeah, where were you born? Uh, about your school, anything you can. On his way, hopefully.
Hey, there we go. Now it's working.
There he is.
Third time's the charm.
Yay! I was trying to open the lesson because I don't have I don't have it.
Okay. I have it open. Let
Hi,
me see if I can
Viviana.
share it now. There we go.
If we have some big problems, we could turn off our cameras too. Sometimes, lately, it's been the last few days have been quite difficult. I've had
Yeah.
trouble. Anyway,
Too much
hi,
traffic
Viviana.
online.
Viviana, what school are you from, Viviana? Are you both? Caesar and I are both from Meravigli, but in Milan we
Yeah.
have the three schools. Are you at Filzi or Montenero or? I don't, do you recognize Viviana Pitrelli? Do you recognize the name? I don't recognize this.
No, not really.
So, well, welcome, Viviana.
Welcome.
Oh. Oh, so this is what, week 6 of
Yep.
quarantine?
Yep. Day
Yeah,
557.
getting rough, man. It's getting rough.
Yeah. Did you
Today
hear about
was,
the new rule that if like to go out you have to wear a mask?
yeah,
Did you
yeah.
manage to get one? Do you have one?
No, I read those that as long as your mouth is covered,
Yeah.
even with a scarf or something. But no, I
It's
don't
getting
have a
kind of hot.
mask. But
It's getting kind of hot for a scarf. I don't know about you. I
yeah,
already have a
well, and
beard,
also I don't. Yeah, but and I think the things that I've read about this virus is that even covering your face, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't
Yeah,
help.
I know.
So
Yeah,
what's the point then if it's not? Anyway, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
I don't go outside anyway. When was the last time you went out?
Last time I went out was last Friday morning at 7. Wait, what was it? 7 a.m. Yeah, around 7 a.m. No, 7:30 before the supermarket opened, so that I wouldn't have to wait as long. So I only waited like half an hour, 45 minutes to get in, versus the hour, 2 hour wait that
Okay.
there is normally.
I haven't gone to the supermarket yet. We
Oh
have
yeah,
to
because you don't.
deliver,
Yeah, that's true.
and not like we have in our. I don't know, like I because Easter's coming, and I want to at least pretend like
Yeah,
make a change.
yeah,
And so I was thinking to try and go on Thursday, maybe to buy special food. Um, so something more exciting, but I have
yeah,
to wait in line, and I want to.
yeah. You gotta
Oh,
check.
Viviana is from our school.
Frankenstein, Frankenstein, maybe, not
Last
Frankenstein.
time I think you and I together, right? I remember
Yeah,
that. Got it. Thanks, Viviana. We remember. Yes, but it's weird doing all this from home.
yeah,
I'm ready for the real thing again, you
yeah.
know?
Real life.
Yeah, yeah. So, when was the last? lesson we had, Caesar? Was it last week?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I think last week, either last week or this Monday, maybe. But I don't. I'm not sure. No, I don't think. I don't think so. No, wait. Maybe it was this Monday. Maybe it was like 9 o'clock.
It was Monday. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's all a blur.
It
It's
is.
all a
I was
blur.
going to ask you if anything interesting, exciting has happened, but I don't imagine that anything
Absolutely
has.
not.
So,
No, nothing. Oh man.
oh God.
Yeah. All right. So, what are we talking about today, Seth? It's the big topic today.
Today we're talking about my childhood. So, growing up, right?
Exactly.
Things we did when we were small. Good
Exactly.
lesson for
Absolutely.
some past tense.
Exactly. And we have a lot of really good vocabulary here, so we can start with maybe the three parts of your life, the three
Right?
general stages. So the first one is your childhood. So childhood is the period in your life when
Mhm.
you are a child, or as we normally say in the US, when you are a kid.
Yeah, childhood.
Exactly.
Do you
Then
think
we
that
have, yeah,
are there like exact ages? I mean, childhood is kind of maybe into your teens or something like that. No,
yeah,
childhood.
and then we have adolescence.
Yeah, yeah, adolescence.
So the next stage is your adolescence, and this is the period when you are a teenager, or very commonly we abbreviate it and we just say when you are a teen. So a teen is short for teenager or adolescent, but adolescent is very formal in English, so we just say teenager. So your adolescence.
Here it is.
There you go. And just remember in English, SC in English is like double S in Italian. So it's not adolescence, but adolescence. Like evanescence. Little throwback.
Oof, I'm gonna listen to them later while I make my lunch. I am. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because that's like angry music, and that's what I want today.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's what I
Yeah.
want.
And then we have the last period of your life, which usually lasts the longest, and it's adulthood. So when you are an adult, a period in your life when you're an adult, we call adulthood.
We have quite a lot of words with hood at the end, and
Exactly. I was about to ask you.
and I don't know what like because there's neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what hood like what it's where it comes from. I think it's probably really old. I think
Yeah.
it's a really
Probably.
old and probably not like Latin
Yeah.
based.
Probably German based. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
now, yeah, normally it just means a general noun, I think.
mm,
So, for example,
mhm,
childhood, the general period when you're a child. Adulthood, the general period when you're an adult. Neighborhood, the general area where you live.
right.
So,
I'm
hood,
looking it up.
yeah.
Go ahead though. I'm gonna give you the
Ooh, the dictionary definition.
explanation in a moment. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, hood is normally a suffix for nouns. And it's usually something general.
Oh, it says here. Are you just making that up? Nice, yeah. It says here hood
Yeah,
is English, a native English suffix. So it's special, it's unique to English
yeah,
that denotes state, condition, character, or
yeah,
nature, or a body of persons of a particular character or class.
Ooh, okay. So that's the official one. Yeah, mine
So
was
it's
the
basically
very, basic explanation.
no, but you're right though. It basically is making a group out of a thing. So even
Ah,
neighborhood,
okay.
a neighborhood is the group of your neighbors.
Ah, okay. So it kind of gives you this idea of a group hood.
Yeah.
Are there any other words we can think of with hood?
Well, there's
Neighborhood,
like
childhood,
yeah, there's
brotherhood.
the idea like brotherhood, priesthood, sisterhood, and it's a group of yeah. I'm looking it up because it's interesting to me. Oh, but you know what? It has the idea of of being covered.
Ah, really?
Yeah, it says it comes from the idea of a covering.
Oh, maybe from like brotherhood, priesthood, and then it kind of extended.
Yeah.
Ah,
No,
okay.
no, no. Like proprio like capuccio,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
hood.
exactly.
But then that meaning got extended to the idea of covering a group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh, who knew? How interesting.
Yeah. So as Seth said, a hood, the word alone, so not as a suffix but as a single word, is a noun, which means cappuccio, like cappuccetto rosso. And I hope I'm spelling it right. Double P, double C, right?
I know. I get them confused. This is the difficult part for English speakers when we write in Italian. So
Yeah,
I
the
usually
double.
end up writing words like this because I just don't know how many, I don't know where the doubles are. So I just put them everywhere.
Exactly.
And I
Double
do things
everything.
like that.
Yeah.
I know that this is wrong, but
You
it's so
forgot the two
confusing.
C's.
Mozzarella. How many doubles are in there and where?
I think 5.
So
Two
I do
N.
it like that. I just put them everywhere. Then I'm safe.
Oh man. And just to show everybody, we also have, for example, Little Red Riding Hood, Cappuccetto Rosso. And we also have Robin Hood. Because Robin
So this is
Hood,
on the case.
normally has a hood. Maybe not in the Disney version, but yeah. See?
I watched that last week.
Robin Hood. See, he has a hood on his head. Just like Seth. Seth has a hood.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Exactly. And this type of jacket, a jacket with a hood, is called a hoodie in English.
A hoodie. That's a really like popular word right now too. We use it a lot,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
A hoodie.
Everybody's in their hoodies.
I love hoodies. They're comfy.
All right, so let's take this back to the hood, my little hoodlums. All right,
We're having fun with this one.
we can talk about this for the next hour.
Probably.
Are you challenging me? Are you daring me? Is this a double
No,
dog
let's
dare?
not
Because I
do it. Let's
will.
not do it. We gotta stick with this a little bit.
All right, a little bit, not too much though. All right, so you want to go ahead and read this for us?
Sure. So in this focus activity, we will use when to give descriptions, the simple past, and then also asking questions in simple past.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
So remember, guys, in English we use the simple past in general, when we talk about something specific in the past. And it's very common to use when. So, your life as a child.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we have some questions that are incomplete. We need to complete them with the verb. So what do you guys think? You guys can comment and tell us how to complete these sentences.
Yeah, and all of these because we're talking about when we were children. So we have to remember the past. We want these we need to conjugate the verb in the past.
Exactly. So just be careful. You, he, she, it. Just be careful with the subject in the question. And this will help you.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll just read them and I'll leave the blank so that people at home, we give them a moment. So,
cool.
Where you born? When you born? I'm gonna make a different noise for each one. We gotta make it fun.
I love it.
When you were a child, what your favorite game? Who your best friend? What you do together?
Exactly. I was expecting more of a caw for the last one. I don't know why.
What you do together? It's difficult to think of different sounds to make like that. It is.
Yeah.
Without repeating.
Yeah. Oh.
It's beautiful.
Oh man.
Emily and I did a lesson yesterday, the haunted house lesson, 10 to 13, with sounds, and we were making a lot of sounds.
Cool.
You would have fun with that. We should do that one sometime.
Like squeaking and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Nice. Let's do that one next time we have one together. No matter what level it is, we'll do that one.
Okay.
Oh man.
So in the past, to be in the past has only two forms, right?
Exactly.
Which makes it easy.
Yeah.
It's easier than the present.
Yeah, absolutely.
You either need was or were.
Yeah.
So shall we start it? Our at-home viewers are awfully quiet today.
Yeah, they're really shy. Do we want to review the different I, you, he, she real quick before?
Sure.
Okay.
So if we're thinking of the past and conjugating to be, we'll have I was. Thank you, Vivian. There she comes. There she comes. I was, you were, he or she was.
Exactly. And also it. He, she, it was.
It was. And then we were and they were.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's strange because it's not like, usually the third person is the different one.
Yeah.
And to be, it's different. So
yeah.
All right. So Viviana, thank you. Where were you born? And Viviana, if you want to answer the questions as well. Tell us. Feel free. Talk.
Oh, sorry. Thought I was gonna fill it in.
Where were you born? And also number 2 is also were. So when were, because we have you, the subject you, so were.
Only you.
Nice. When you were a child, what was, good job, Viviana, what was your favorite game? Because here it's game is the subject, which is third person.
Exactly.
Good job.
I'm a little bit done. I'll be right back.
Again, your best friend is the subject, so it's third person. So who was your best friend? And the same. Oh, the number 5 a little
There we
different
go.
because in number five, we have another verb. We have the verb do. We have
Ooh.
to change this.
Oh, that's
Viviana
very
has,
specific. Wow.
I was born in Segrate in San Rafael. I know this hospital. I live kind of close to that. Uh,
Cool.
it's past Lambrate. You've probably seen it. It's a hospital that has it's next to the highway on the east side of Milan, and outside, like with like the Tangenziale, the big highway, and there's a dome with a big angel on top. The dome is like you can see through it. It's just like a
Cool.
structure of the dome. It's not a complete
Yeah.
inside
No, I've never
this
seen it.
dome is like a big spiral like walkway that goes up to the angel. It's very interesting looking.
Oh,
It's
wow.
near my house. Whenever we go to find it. So
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's why.
big house,
Oh,
really big
perfect.
house.
So she was born on March 6th, 1990.
Nice. How about your information? What's your info, Caesar? Where were you
So,
born? When were you
okay. So, I was born in Ponce, Puerto Rico on
right? That's a pretty big city, isn't it, Ponce?
Ponce, yeah, it's one of the bigger ones. Just
Yeah.
because, like, in my town, there were no hospitals. There are no hospitals still because it's so small.
Yeah.
So, yeah. On February 26th, 1994.
Okay.
How about you, Seth?
I was born. I'm gonna be very specific, like Viviana. I was
Yeah.
born at the University Hospital
Ooh,
of Kansas City, Missouri,
Missouri.
on Missouri, on
Do you watch
July.
Family? What's it called? Modern Family? Isn't Cameron from Missouri?
Yes, he is. On July 1st, 1982. Oh, I wrote at July 1st, 2918. That's a weird year.
Wait, 2918. Yeah, you still got some time there.
1982 at 2:50 a.m.
Oh my God, you know the exact time and everything. Oh, that's real.
It's on my birth certificate.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
That's how
I
I
haven't
know.
seen mine in a while. All right. And this is a really good example of, how, prepositions in English change. So each kind of word has a specific preposition. So for example, to talk about cities, like Viviana and me said, in Segrate, in Ponce, in Milan, in Kansas City. Okay. Also for states, in Puerto Rico, in countries in Italy, in Missouri. Then we all said on for the date, for the specific date. On February 26th, on March 6th, on July 1st. And then you also said at for the specific time and the specific place, the university hospital. So this is at for specific.
Yep.
Wow. Wow, very good, Viviana. Fantastic.
Yeah. I just want to check out Viviana for number 5. You said were, and I didn't get to the explanation of this yet, but in number 5, it's not were because we have another verb. We have the verb to do.
Exactly.
And in questions 1, 2, 3, and 4, the main verb, the principal verb is to be.
Exactly.
But in 5th, in the last question, the principal verb is to do. And so we have a different structure. And so maybe you learned this already. I think you've seen it certainly in your lessons, but for
Mhm.
this one we don't. We need to use a different auxiliary verb. We need to use the auxiliary verb of do, which is what we use in English. So what did you do together?
Exactly.
When do we do quasi? We do in level 5, right?
Yeah. Of course.
So maybe Viviana, if I don't know what level you're in, and I think she's level 5, but um, it's if you've had the teachers before teach you quasi to help you with the sentence. This is a quasi sentence. If you don't know what that means, you learn it soon.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. And I really like her answer here. I liked to play hide and seek.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's great.
Absolutely. In the park below the house. Fantastic.
Good answer.
Really, really good. Yeah. Awesome. What was your favorite game growing up?
Games did I like? I used to play in my neighborhood. We played freeze tag a lot,
Oh my god, freeze tag,
and
yes.
you'll love this because again, I'll tell our viewers. Caesar and I really like Disney, and when I was a child, the cartoon, The Little Mermaid, was
Yeah.
new.
Ah,
When I was
okay.
in first grade, because I'm old, I'm 37, right? So when I was when I was in kindergarten and first grade, um, The Little Mermaid was new. And so my friends and I, we saw it in the movie theater and everything. And we created a sort of freeze tag using the characters from The Little Mermaid.
Oh
And
man,
so, because I lived in a neighborhood with lots of children, we were outside all the time. And
that's nice.
so when you play hide and we kind of our game of the game we created was hide and seek and freeze tag like put together.
Okay.
And so we always have people who are it, so the people trying to touch you. And
Yeah.
in our game, there were two people who were it, and they were called Flotsam and Jetsam, who are the names of the eels
Ah, yeah.
in and they so the people would count and and everyone else would go hide, and then they would try and find us. When they saw us, they could yell like, Caesar, I see you, and then you would have to run, and then they would try to tag you. And but we there was a big tree, a really big tree in the neighborhood that was that the cave where Ariel hides. She has all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
her
yeah.
things.
Yeah, with all
That
the
tree was like,
doohickeys and thingamabobs and
yes, that one. um, so
I am
we
familiar with it, yes.
yeah. So that this tree was like our safe, was the base, right, where you could go be
Okay.
safe. And so when they saw you, you had to try and run to the tree, and if you could touch the tree, then you were safe. But of
Ah.
course there were two people, so it was we had a good time.
Oh man, that sounds like so much fun. I
There were
remember
even
even
more crazy things like the people playing. So we had Flotsam and Jetsam, the two eels, but then the
yeah.
other people, there were a lot of us that played together. So we would be like Ariel and Sebastian and Flounder, and like there were roles. Like Flounder can do this to help Ariel, but if Sebastian's there was this whole like hierarchy of rules. It was a very developed game.
Yeah. Oh man,
It
that's
was
awesome.
fun.
I remember playing like we would play either hide and seek a lot or tag, just normal tag. And tag for everybody watching, tag is you can say I think you guys call it
Uh-huh.
chiapparella. Yeah. Uh, no, two
They're
P's.
fun games. They're so fun.
Chiapparello. Yeah. Capparella.
Did you play Red Rover?
Oh, Red Rover, Red Rover.
Loved Red Rover.
Oh man.
Loved Red.
Or what else would we play? I remember even as a teenager we played Manhunt, which is basically the adult version of tag.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, have you ever did you ever play that?
No.
It's basically it's just tag. That's all it is. It's just tag, but instead of calling it tag, you just call it Manhunt. So, you could
It
still
feels like
play. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of saying, "Do you want to play freeze tag?" you would be like, "Do you want to play Manhunt?" And
Yo,
then
let's
it's
come over. Let's play Manhunt, bro.
we had another game that we used to play a lot where
Yeah.
we would walk around. We always did it. Oh, we did it always at my house because many of my house had no like fence, no wall
Oh, okay.
around
Yeah.
it. And so what we would do, there were four of us who played together a lot. I had
Yeah.
three friends: Katie, Keith, and Crystal, and me.
Yeah.
So the four of us were together a lot.
Yeah.
And two people would go in the front of the house, and two people would go in the back of the house. So we couldn't see
Okay.
each other. And
Okay.
then you would yell to, so like the two people were like it,
Yeah.
and the two other people, the goal of the game was for the two people to just to walk around the house, make a circle of the house,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
And the other two people, their goal was to just try and scare the other two people. And if they could jump
Ah.
out and
Yeah.
scare you, and if you reacted, if you
Yeah.
screamed, then
Yeah.
you lost. But
Ah.
if you
That's
could
fun.
walk around the house and remain calm,
Yeah.
and you could walk all the way around the house, then you won.
Ah,
And
that's
it
fun.
was just when you're little, you make all these silly games. We had a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I had a lot of fun as a
Oh
kid.
man.
I
I
really
miss
did.
it. I miss it. The good old days.
The good old days.
Exactly. They have to worry about paying bills. None of that.
Did
You
you
could
grow
just
up though, like in a city, or did you grow up in a town? Like what type? Because my town was quite small, and so
yeah.
we were outside all the time.
Yeah,
But
same. I grew up in a small town. I grew up in the suburbs, actually. So a very
okay.
residential area in the United States. We
Uh-huh.
call it the suburbs. And basically, I grew up in a cul-de-sac.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, so a cul-de-sac
It's
is a
easy to play.
road where it has no end, or sorry, it ends actually, no way out. So basically, I lived at the end of the cul-de-sac, so we had basically my house here on the corner, and then houses all around, and then the street. So we had a lot of
Mhm.
space, we only had to watch out for cars from one direction. And then
Yeah.
on the other side of this cul-de-sac, so there was a fence and this kind of these bushes, these big bushes surrounding the fence and covering the fence. And on the other side of the fence, there were stables, horse stables. So we could see
Ah,
the horses
cool.
there. Yeah. So it was kind of cool. And we would always play around there and, climb up the trees and whatnot. It was a lot of fun.
It is fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
I live by a big lake, like
Oh,
huge,
yeah.
super, super huge. And I mean, it's the house I grew up in.
Yeah.
We moved when I was 12, I think we moved.
Yeah.
But still, the lake is super huge, right? So we
Yeah.
moved, but we were still near the lake, but like 15 kilometers away, but still next to the lake. But
Yeah.
but the lake from my childhood house, the lake was like our street ended at the
Yeah.
lake. So
Ah, okay.
yeah, so we walked for 2 minutes and we were
Yeah.
at the beach. So
Nice.
yeah, so in the summertime, I mean, we swam all the time. We were
Oh,
always
that's
in the
nice.
water.
Because the thing is,
It
like
was.
there, you can actually swim in the lakes. In Florida, you have to be careful, because we have gators. So It's not if you live near a lake, it can be a little bit, dangerous in
Yeah,
Florida.
no, in Ohio, we yeah, no, you have to be careful. In Ohio, you have to be careful in the winter not to fall through the ice and
Okay,
die. But my mother, in the winter, my mother would,
yeah.
it was forbidden to go to the lake because there's a lot of snow and you can't even, sometimes there's so much snow you can't tell when the water begins. It's
Okay.
frozen. And so sometimes children, they would go play on, and they didn't know that they were on the water and they would fall through.
No, of
Um,
course.
and so my mom, like, we was absolutely forbidden to go to the lake. And in the winter, when I would come inside, if I was
Yeah.
outside for a long time, my mom would look at my shoes to see if there was sand shoes. Because
Ah,
the only place where there was sand was the beach. So if there was sand on my shoes,
yeah.
even if she wouldn't even say, "Did you go?" She just went
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So did not
Oh
go
man.
to the beach in the winter.
Yeah, yeah. No, of course you gotta be careful. I mean, especially, because as kids, you don't
You want to
really
have fun.
notice things as much.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah,
can happen.
yeah.
Oh man.
There were really good trees to climb at the beach too. So in the
Oh
summertime,
yeah.
so even in the winter, we wanted to go climb the trees, but not in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved climbing when I was a kid. I mean, to tell you the truth, I mean, I still like climbing.
It's fun. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yes you do. Yes you do.
Yeah, so climb trees when you go up the tree. So, my best friend was Vanessa, and together we played Barbie. I would say at my house.
Yeah, at my house.
Yeah, because it's a specific place at my house.
Hmm.
So we
We would
would
play
we
Barbie
played
at my house. Yeah.
yeah, or we can even say at my house together. We play Barbie with Barbies together at my house.
Yeah, that would probably be a little more natural for us to put together. We played Barbie together at my house.
Exactly.
She
Oh,
lives in
where's
Cardiff.
Cardiff? Where's that?
Cardiff is Wales, I think.
Ah, okay, cool. Ah, so
But
you can practice your English with
yeah,
her.
UK geography. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So I
I
wanted
think
to talk
Cardiff is
about
the capital. Go ahead. Yeah,
the
sorry.
capital of Wales.
Wales, I think. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, see, I know nothing about Wales except that Richard is from there. That's about it.
Exactly.
That's my knowledge of Wales. But yeah, so in English we have games and we have lots of different types of games. For example, we have kids games, childhood games like the ones we were mentioning. We have video games like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. These are called video games. We have board games like Monopoly or Taboo, which I'm using to hold my computer up. Okay.
Yeah.
We have toys, which is a little bit different. So,
Hmm.
toys are objects that you use to play. Normally, kids use toys.
Hmm.
Normally. So, yeah. Toys can be, for example, Barbie. A Barbie is not a game, but a toy in this case. Or, for example, an action figure, G.I. Joe, Legos. These are all called toys in English. So we have
Played a lot of
games and toys. Oh, yeah, I loved playing with Legos when I was growing up.
Legos and GI Joe.
Yeah?
Oh man, a lot.
No, my thing was Legos and Bionicles,
Oh yeah,
which now
Bionicle.
belong
I'm
to
too
Legos
old.
anyway.
They came out later.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
Old.
Viviana here says she loves Monopoly. All right, so the next webinar, we're going to play a round of Monopoly. It's going to be a very long webinar, though.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, and by the way, just so everybody knows, if you have a what's it called, a fidelity card, so like an Esselunga what's it called, fidelity card, and you have points, you can actually get Monopoly from Esselunga for free with your points.
Is that how you got this?
Exactly. In
Nice.
fact, where is it? Basically, when I bought this, on my receipt, it said Esselunga Monopoly Quarantine Edition.
Quarantine edition. Does it say that on the box? I hope
No,
not.
it only says Edizione Speciale. But on my receipt, it said like quarantine COVID-19. It was
What are
so
like the
funny.
names of the properties are all like the hospitals and the that's horrible. Sorry, that's not
Man,
funny.
that was bad. But I love it. I mean, I love all this kind of stuff, but yeah, probably not the best. Oh man. But yeah, there you go.
The Wuhan animal market is go.
Stop.
Sorry. It's not good. Sorry.
Terrible. And the worst part about it is that I eat it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. It's good. Gotta laugh at it. Gotta laugh
Oh
at it.
man. Yep. All right. Ooh, so this one's another really, really. Oh, okay. Viviana likes it. Okay, at least she
Laughing at us.
likes
Good.
it.
She's
Yeah,
laughing with us. Good, good, good.
yeah. Or at us. Who knows? So here you have a really important question. What were you like as a child? So not only where you were born, when you were born, but also your personality. We can
Mhm.
say, what were you like as a child? So, for example, what were you like as a child, Seth?
Child, um I was actually pretty with adults, with people I
Mhm.
didn't know.
Yeah,
I was quite shy. I was
yeah,
shy. Um, Now I'm not,
mm,
but I was. But my mom always tells me that I was very very happy. I was a really
yeah,
happy little kid. I laughed a lot. I was silly.
yeah,
Um, I had a happy childhood though. I was, you know, when you watch movies like or like Stranger Things, did you watch
yeah,
Stranger
yeah,
Things?
yeah. Of course.
Like kids, like the kids on the bikes, which is
Yeah,
like movies like E.T., like the 80s. That's
yeah, yeah. That's
like
how you grew up.
that's what we did. We rode our bikes all over town. Like when I watch Stranger Things, I'm like, I wonder if this was happening in Vermilion. That's where I grew
Yeah.
up, Vermilion.
Ah,
Like
okay.
because like it looks, even the houses, that's what it looked like,
Yeah.
when I was a child. So, yeah.
Oh man, that's so
So
crazy.
yeah, it was fun. It was a fun time. It was a good and like, we had Nintendo. My dad likes technology. Not like he's not crazy, but
Yeah,
especially computers and like the gaming systems.
yeah.
As soon as the Nintendo came out, we had it. Like we got it the first year, the original Nintendo. Like we had that, and the same thing with computers. When computers started
Coming out.
becoming a thing,
Yeah,
like right away, we had this Tandy. It was called a Tandy,
a
and
Tandy.
16, yeah, 16 color. It was like Tandy was like before IBM,
Oh man,
like which
wow.
was kind of like the first main computer that many Americans had. But um, even the internet, I remember using the dial up internet, and like,
Hey,
but I
wow.
remember being in a chat
You got
room with
mail.
my yeah, yeah. But like I remember being in a chat room, and it was weird because like, there was it was something really interesting. And I remember a lot that I was in it. My dad and I were sitting together and we were talking to someone from Russia. my dad was just like, he thought it was just amazing. Like he
Yeah.
couldn't, for him it was, yeah, and for me too. I mean, it was really, really cool.
So he's really
But I remember
receptive
the first
to it.
time, yeah, and I remember him giving my sister and I email addresses, and we were
Yeah.
like, "But Dad, what do we do with these? No one else has them. Like,
Yeah.
what are they for?" And he was like, "This is something that's coming. This is something." We were like, "But no one has them. We don't know what to do with it."
Oh man. And
I
look at where we are now. What,
know, it's
30,
crazy.
30, 35 years later, right?
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm 37, and I was probably like 10 when that happened. But
Yeah. Oh
yeah, it
man.
was wild stuff.
Perfect. And Viviana here says that they gave her Monopoly at Christmas. Fantastic. And again, Viviana, really, really great job with prepositions. Really
Yeah,
impressed.
yeah,
When I was a
yeah.
child, I was very sociable. I am now. Perfect. And in this case, if you want to say that it has not changed, we can say instead of I am now, because this sounds like it's different. So we can say I still am,
I still am. Yeah.
just like Dr. Dre. Still, da-na-na-na-na, in the Lolos, girl. Still.
How can we forget that now? We can't.
Yes, exactly.
We've got that. Cool. This was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Memory lane. We took a stroll down memory lane.
Oh, yes. Please write that. Please. Yeah. So in English, we say to take a stroll. So stroll is a walk down memory lane. So abbiamo fatto una passeggiata sulla via dei ricordi, is what it means.
A very common expression when we, like today, Caesar and I just talking about everything. And Viviana, you shared with us, when we think about our friends, a stroll down memory lane. It's a really
Exactly.
common expression.
Absolutely. This was a really good one that you can use, Viviana.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you very much, Viviana, and everybody else watching. We will
Yeah.
catch you next time.
A lot, you guys. Have a good day.
Bye. See
See you
ya.
later.
Take care.